The warehouse I work at won't tell us what's in the containers. Now I know why. I needed a job as I could barely afford rent. I'd just walked out of a bar job mid-shift a few days before. My landlord mentioned he knew a place that was hiring. He was a strange guy, to say the least, but he seemed sincere. "So you can get me something that starts straight away?" I asked. "Yeah, they'll take you on pretty quick. They're always getting new people. You know how to drive a forklift though? Right, kid?" he said. I didn't. But I was desperate. I thought, how hard can it be? "Yeah, I can drive one. Is this a warehouse job then? Is it nearby?" I asked. "Yeah, it's not too far from us. I'll give them a call and let them know they got some fresh meat." He waddled off and I went back into my apartment. Well, that was easy, I said out loud. I was pretty happy. I just got a job. I decided to celebrate and ask my friends if they wanted to go out to the bars tonight. The next day, my landlord knocked on my door at 5 a.m. I had only gotten home a couple hours prior. I opened the door in my underwear. "Yeah, what's up?" I muttered, my mouth still dehydrated, dry as desert sand. "You start today, kid. Get dressed and head down there. Here's the address." I wrote it on a piece of paper. He commanded in a deadly serious tone. Before I had a chance to speak, he handed me the note and stormed off. He had scribbled the address on a torn piece of a dirty magazine. Didn't surprise me at all. I got dressed and grabbed a bus to the nearest stop to the address he gave me. It was in a shady part of town, a really, really shady part of town. I'd actually avoided going this way my entire time living here. First time for everything, I suppose. I came to the address and it was a warehouse. It looked old and abandoned. I banged on the door and, to my surprise, it opened swiftly. A tall, dark, handsome man in a designer suit stood before me. "Charlie? Charlie, isn't it? Your friend has told us you can fill in the forklift position. You're right on time too. Come on in, son," the man said. "Yeah, that's me." I followed him inside and saw the warehouse. It was awfully clean. Too clean. I could practically see my reflection in the floor. I could see multiple cleaners scrubbing various areas of the small warehouse. They were wearing full hazmat-looking suits. It looked like something out of Chernobyl. He guided me to the forklift and stared at me. "Here you go," he said in a joyful manner. Do I not need to, sign any paperwork or anything? Don't I need a high-vis or something too?" I said with a shaky voice. I was terrible at faking anything. "Nope. We trust you. You're all good to go," he said with a big grin. This forklift, it's kinda different to what I'm used to. Is there a manual or something?" I said with a tremor in my voice. There was no way I could pull this off. "Different? This is a standard model. I wonder what you're used to then?" I opened my mouth, but no words came out. I was so embarrassed, and actually kinda scared too. Before I could spew any more BS, he grabbed a worker walking by. "Dean, show Charlie here how we use the forklifts. He's not used to this model." The man, my new boss now, walked off in a hurry. Dean, my new coworker, spent the next 30 minutes showing me how to use the forklift. He could tell I'd never touched one in my life but didn't seem to care. Dean was an odd-looking guy. Straightforward and nice enough, but definitely a dark horse. His face was covered in scars. They looked like cat scratches. He was missing an ear and an eye, but didn't bother wearing an eye patch. His head was shaven and he had a long red beard that hadn't seen a wash or trim in years. I was surprised how easily I took to the job. They had a few positions: drivers who unloaded the trucks, drivers who put away the containers, drivers who then took containers to the trucks that were leaving, and drivers who loaded the trucks that were leaving. To start me off, they put me on taking the containers from the unloaded trucks and putting the containers away. The containers were about 6 feet tall and 6 feet wide, like a really small elevator. They were a thick iron, not like regular wooden crates. They had an opening door on them which looked heavily padlocked. As I was moving the containers in the forklift, well, just about doing so without crashing, I could hear rumbling and thudding inside the containers. Whatever was in there was moving. I saw the man from earlier walking around and waved at him to get his attention. He walked over and said, "How's it going, son?" "It's good, thanks." "What the heck is in these containers?" "I'm worried I'm gonna drop them if whatever's in there keeps rocking about." "I hope I'm not breaking anything," I said to him. "Part of your paperless verbal contract is to respect our client's confidentiality. We don't open the containers. Each and every container has a unique barcode. We simply receive shipment, store the containers for a short amount of time, and ship them back out," he said in a stern yet friendly tone. "Oh, okay, alright then. About my contract, how much does this job pay, and what are my hours?" I asked nervously. "Your hours are 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. You will also be paid £333 a day at the end of each shift, in cash," he said with that same grin. "Oh, okay, thanks. I'll get back to work now," I said to him. £333 a day? That's so much money. I'm gonna be rich doing this job. What a weird amount though. And cash. Who pays in cash? 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. is gonna be brutal though, I thought to myself. I had stopped paying attention to the container on my forklift, and as I tried to move it up higher to fit on the stack, my finger slipped and I pressed the wrong button by mistake. The prongs of the forklift shuddered and the container came crashing down. As part of the container burst open, I heard a quick, excruciating scream, and then nothing. The scream came from inside the container. The entire team stopped what they were doing and rushed over. The cleaners immediately began spraying and cleaning up the container like flies swarming a corpse. As I looked around, panicking like crazy, I looked back to the container. There was blood pooling by the now busted container door. A security guard grabbed me by my throat and pulled me out of the forklift. He shoved me to the ground and put a knee on my head, holding me down in place. The tall man in the designer suit rushed over to me and told the security guard everything was alright for now. "It's okay, son. Accidents happen. It's only your first day. How about we take a lunch break while the team sorts out this little accident? What the hell is in there? I screamed. The rest of the warehouse looked at me like I just pulled out a grenade. Now, what did I say about that, Charlie? He said to me in a calm yet concerned tone. I thought it was just weapons or something in there. That was blood. Why is there blood in there? Are those animals in there? I cried. He didn't answer my questions. The security guard picked me up to my feet and escorted me to a break room. The room was small. It had a few chairs around a table in the middle of the room. There were some children's toys in the corner of the room. They looked out of place. I guess the boss brings his kid to work sometimes. We had a long talk. Well, I didn't really say anything. He told me how lucky I am to have this opportunity and that they're doing a good thing here. He preached about company values and client satisfaction. He said to me that he actually appreciated how interested I am in the work and that there may be another position within the organization I can fulfill. He said that actually, since my little accident, a slot's just been opened for a brand new exciting opportunity. I'm in the break room now. He's gone, but says he'll be back soon and show me what the inside of the container's like, to put my mind at ease. I guess this new job isn't so bad after all. My landlord Mr. Graves is a great guy for getting me this job. I'll let you know how I get on.